Welcome, you have come to the final stairwells. News just in, a pub in Kent has blown up after an anonymous tip-off was not received in time. Good evening, this is the voice of the Army Owens Bar New Cross speaking. We have blown up our pub because we have called for public inquiry and our demands have not been met. We will continue our campaign until our demands are met. Good evening. Oh no, we just blew up the wrong pub. Still, anyone fancy a pint? So Alec, how do you respond to claims that the Welsh have blown up your pub on national television? Ha ha ha! Captain William Bourne Plunkett called for public inquiry after he was wrongly accused of murder. You haven't got any evidence. William, there's plenty of evidence you were wrongly accused. You haven't got any evidence. I'll give it to the audience.
Very well.
Does anyone in the audience
confess
want a public inquiry?
I was wrongly accused of murder in 2003.
Who wrongly accused you? One of the suspects in the original case. The suspects? Apparently he thinks I did it. Now, I will try every trick in the book to get this man his public inquiry before it happens again.
Welcome to the Black Circle newsroom, where we are going live to Captain William Bourne Plunkett to hear his latest announcement.
Welcome to the Black Circle newsroom, Captain Plunkett. Hello to you. So, who was this murder victim? His name was Bobby Blue, a police officer in the 1980s. He was stabbed 40 times. 40 times! Yes, a very harrowing, disturbing case. I couldn't stop thinking about it for weeks on end. But there were other things on my mind. The death of my own cat, Bobby. Bobby? I'll tell you about it. When my dad died in 1983, my mum bought me a cat, Bobby, and named him after a local policeman. But Bobby was found skinned and found on the back of a stolen car in 1984. I was devastated. Then my second cat, Softy, died and was beheaded. The death of my two cats, one after another, gave me such a sense of bad luck that I developed obsessive compulsive disorder and came to associate the death of Bobby Blue with the death of my cat Bobby. And now we meet Mr. Eric Blair, exonerated suspects in the murder of Bobby Blue. Hi there. Now, Mr. Blair, where are the weapons? The weapons? The ones that killed Bobby Blue? I don't know. Hi, I'm William, and now we're going back to the time of my teenage years. I was 14 years old and running down Welling High Street, trying to buy some sweets at 7 o'clock in the evening. I could hear this alarm bell ringing, and then some police stopped me. What's your name, son? William Bourne Plunkett. Where are you going? Buying some sweets. And your mother can confirm that? Yes, I'll drive you to her house. Thank you. Mrs. Plunkett, Mrs. Agnes Plunkett? Yes? Your son, we're going to have to take him to the animal farm. It's just a formality. Is that all right? Well, I don't know why, but I suppose so. The policeman took me to Animal Farm and left me at the bottom of 3 red-carpeted stairwells where I saw thousands of masked men in white fencing uniform running towards the stairwells toward me. I fell flat on my back and was drawn into a vortex of blue light. I went into the light and said, "Thank God I've done my duty." And all my psychiatrist would say was, I was mentally ill. He said I'd had a breakdown. Sometime after this, me and my mates went to a bar to have some underage drinking. Whaling FC, Whaling FC, we killed the pigs, we killed the pigs. There I met a soldier who confronted me. Killed the pigs, did you? That poor man, he had a wife and children to think of. What do you think of that? Sir, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, it was myself. I've met myself in a future generation. Years later, I went to Swansea University where I met two men who were to influence me greatly. Sid, a man in black, and John, a red-haired man. Hey, can I get some service here? I've been waiting here half an hour. Hey, where's the service? Oh dear, same old story. Poor English bloke can't get served in a pint on a Welsh pub. Ha ha ha. You, David Davis, die twice. Where's my pint? You couldn't get a job in public cum, not even in subtitling. Uncle Dow wouldn't think very much of you. What's this? Some feisty Jew? No, let's ask him. Here, mate, that was fantastic. What's your name, mate? Oh, William Bourne Plunkett. Very funny. What's your real name? No, William Bourne Plunkett. What? Get out. It's blasphemy. You know what to do, lads. Throw him into the sea. Wait, we've got his bus pass. He is William Bourne Plunkett. What? Oh, sorry, mate. We thought you were someone else. Come back in the pub and have a drink on us. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. We are the Army Owens Bar New Cross, and we've been seeking a man called William Bourne Plunkett to be our last English Prince of Wales. Now, will you join us? Yes. And to test that you're the one we want you to go to the butcher on the Mumbles Mile and say, David Evans is an informer to the nationalist cause. I'll do it. I have a message from John Everyman. David Evans is an informer to the nationalist cause. I'm sorry, sir, this is a butcher's shop, not a contract killer's agency. Would you care if one of us kills the sausages? Everyman, that's the name. Hatching plots is my game. Come look at this, William. Butcher's knives? The arms of our trade, we call them, in our armed struggle against the Brits. You see, for centuries we've been trying to get the Brits out of Wales, as have the Irish and the Scots. We're going to do it. Can you help us? Why should I? Because your very life depends upon it. If you don't, you will meet David Evans. David Evans, the informer to the nationalist cause? No, the informer from the nationalist cause. We wouldn't give a toss about an informer to the nationalist cause. They're on our side as far as we're concerned. Anyway, go to England and inform. And as for you, you must go to England to infiltrate the United Front of Albion. The United Front? Yes, the gang that were there the night Bobby Blue was murdered. You were there, you saw it in your clairvoyant vision of hell. But now we must go back in time when DCS Moby and DCI Parting met Sir Winston Gullible in the mortuary known as the Bright White Room. Well, gentlemen, I hope you're well as can be expected. I understand it must be a great shock to lose a member of your own force. Have we any suspects? One stands out. Eric Blair, a member of the black community. He's very violent. He killed his own brother in a fight. Any other suspects? We'll be making door-to-door inquiries in the black community. But what makes you think the killers were black? Plainly the injuries to Mr. Blue's face, dental record and fingers rendered him unrecognisable. Yet there is one person who could recognize him. His wife. Mrs. Blue, is this your husband? Oh my God. Yes, thank you, Mrs. Blue. That's this, you may go. She has not recognized him, therefore he is unrecognizable, therefore he could still be alive. What about DNA tests on the blood samples? Since more than one officer was injured in the vicinity of the murder, blood tests on the knives would be useless in identifying the corpse. But I've done a paternity test that reveals that the DNA of one of the sons of the victim had an interest in police work. But what about the suspect's jacket? Surely that has a police officer's serial number. But as there may be more than one victim. An anonymous source has revealed to me that 13 victims died in the night. Given conflicting accounts of Bobby Blue's death, could this be that one man has been killed in 13 times? That's insane. Or 13 clones of one man. My research has revealed that clones are possible. Why 13? Because 13 is an unlucky number. There were 13 disciples at the Last Supper where Jesus was betrayed by Judas Iscariot. I also believe there were 13 innocent dead who were the second 13 innocent dead, who were once innocent but became dead when they conspired to kill Bobby Blue. Yes, and perhaps 13 last victims. The 3 last victims of the killing alphabet. The killing alphabet? The 29-letter killing alphabet of the Welsh. For the animal farm riot started when the police arrested a black man who had an out-of-date car disc that had been manufactured in Wales. For I believe the mastermind behind this crime is Welsh. I understand that you have this witness, William Bourne Plunkett, who says that his cat was skinned for the German fur trade. This suggests the killers may have been neo-Nazis, and so may not have been black at all, but white. And so what if the masked millers of Bobby Blue firebombed a shop? Some masked men once firebombed a mosque, and when the police removed their masks, they were white. Then consider the story of a grocer whose knife was stolen from his burning shop. On the night of the Bobby Blue murder, shops were being burnt down, one of which was Eric Blair's, and a knife was stolen from his shop, and he was a grocer as well. In this repetition of a grocer's knife stolen from burning shops, could the killers have been leaving clues to their identity? And consider an anecdote from Welsh history, the Rebecca riots. To avoid paying tax, white men blacked themselves up and cried out, "We be black as hell." So on the night of Bobby Blue's murder, could white men have infiltrated the black crowds of Animal Farm? Hiya, William. Hi, Sid. Now look, William, you've got to stop saying that Nazism is evil. There's no such thing as evil. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. Consider the murder of Bobby Blue. It never happened. The police knew they were up against the black community, so they invented the legal fiction of the murder of Bobby Blue to appease the black community. That's where all these images of stairwells and burning shops comes from. It's all in your mind, William. It's all in your mind. You see, it's the classic example of the devil's toymaker syndrome. The devil's what? The devil's toymaker syndrome. Evil doesn't exist. It's just a toy in the mind of man. When you take bits to pieces apart, you just get clockwork mechanisms that are harmless. Just bits of love in the heart of man. But Sid, evil does exist. What about the 8 American pilots who were tortured to death in World War II? What about them? Yes, let's not forget those pilots who died, but let's also remember the pilots that lived. But Sid, the pilots who died, they cut out their lungs, stomachs and brains without anaesthetic. Yes, and they say no one tried to stop them. Well, why didn't they stop them? Why didn't they fight? And consider this, they cut out 3 sets of organs from 8 pilots. That adds up to 888, the number of the name of Jesus. They were trying to reenact the killing of Christ. And we all know who kills Christ, don't we? Your ancestors, William, your ancestors. Don't say it, don't say it. Then fight me, William. Fight me. Fight me to the death. Fight me to the death. I will. I will. See, you will fight for something, Jew. There is, of course, no evidence my ancestors were Jewish. Just like there's no evidence Hitler's ancestors were Jewish. Have you visited his grandparents' grave recently? Oh, Sid, you do make me laugh. But joking apart, William, there really is no evidence of the Holocaust. Take the gas chambers. They were actually glass chambers. Not rooms full of gas, but of mirrors, reflecting the destiny of man. Beautiful, don't you think? Beautiful perhaps to you, Sid. Please, let us out of here! Let us out of here! We can't breathe! We can't breathe! The hate! The hate! Let us out of here! Ah! And here's one further piece of evidence, William. The Scorfany television projector. The what? This mechanically scanned device was smuggled by Jews to England, fleeing Nazi Germany. Look at the image on the screen. If this doesn't convince you, nothing will. Look at the image on the screen, William. There's the evidence of the Holocaust. No bodies of evidence, no DNA, nothing. Just dissolved ashes in a lake. Nothing. You have lost, William. You have lost. Your Nazism will destroy you, Sid. We'll see. We'll see. And you know why there were 13 conflicting images in the death of Bobby Blue? Because there were 13 images on distorting police shields, acting as fairground mirrors before the horror of the event. And then an army officer told me the last 3 victims of the killing alphabet were Princess Diana and the other 2 victims in that car crash that night. No, it wasn't meant to be her. It wasn't meant to be her. Then Eric Blair challenged the United Front of Albion. Well, lads, now I've taken the blame for what you did. Why don't you take off your masks and reveal yourselves? No, it can't be. It can't be. Black and white working together. It can be. Black and white unite. Oppose the anti-Semite. Yes, Black and white unite, oppose the anti-Semites. Congratulations, William. You've got your own anti-Nazi league now, an English anti-Nazi league, and they'll wreak havoc for the
It wasn't meant to be her.
minorities.
It wasn't meant to be her. I'll call the police. I'll call British intelligence. Thinking of calling the cops. It's time you tried the army.
The death of Princess Diana and the royal conspiracy theory that went with it proved to be the straw that broke the camel's back for English supremacy. Now we have freedom in Wales and Northern Ireland and are fighting for it with the Scots. John Everyman grew in stature and became involved in so many political causes he was made Professor of Double Dutch at the University of Cairo. As to Princess Diana, it was later revealed that the very man who'd started the plot to destroy her was none other than Eric Blair himself. Is there no end to the man's depravity?